Hey folks, welcome back to Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. So it is Monday, August 23rd, and we're going to move this little nuke over into position number 5 where Hive 5 failed. So Hive 5 was one of our laying worker hives that we did the single screen combine and put a laying queen in there to stop the laying workers, which that worked, but I'm not sure what happened after that. So they seemed to be okay for a while, even had a honey super on it for a while, I think. But I noticed a weekend ago, there was this little swarm flying around in there, and I just stood back and watched it, and it lighted on Hive 5. And I picked through all the bees and did not find a queen in there anywhere. So even came back later, there was a little clump on the ground. I thought, aha, there she is. And I went through that, and there was no queen in that, not even a virgin queen. So there's not any bees in it now. I popped the top on it and let the robbers go ahead and clean it out. There wasn't much in there. There was a frame feeder, and it had some old syrup in there that looked like it wasn't any good, so I just dumped it out. I didn't want the bees to eat that you know, they might get dysentery from that, so I just dumped it out. So we're going to get this little nuke. I expanded one of the nukes to the 10 frame deep. The second one I did not, with anticipation of moving it over here. So the sun is setting, which this is the time of day you want to move a hive, when all the bees are inside, all the field bees are in there, so you don't lose your field bees. So the sun is setting right now, so we need to get busy and get this done before it gets dark. Let's get going. Okay, here's our little nuke right here we're going to be moving. So that's position 32. This is 31. We've already expanded it. It's a Wildflower Meadows queen as well. And there's a little bit of flight going on from that one, probably orientation flights. And this one here, most of the bees are just hanging out on the front, and most of the flights are from this one next to it. So I'm just going to grab this thing and move it over where we need to. First thing I'm going to grab is my little Bee Mate hive stand. There's a link below to this, to the place that sells the plans to build these. It's pretty neat. I think it's like $1.99 or something like that to pay for it. And I'm not affiliated with them. I just think it's a neat thing, and it's good for them if they can make a sale, right? It's interesting walking through here. There's quite a few hives with a lot of flight activity going on out in front of them. It's kind of weird this late in the evening. I don't know if it's bees returning from forage or what the deal is. But we are starting to see our fall flow kick in. We've got goldenrod blooming right now. So I'm just going to pick this up and carry it, you know, the way it is on over there. Try to disturb them as least amount possible. Okay, you can see I left the hive top open just to let the bees clean out anything that's in here. Probably just pop this off right here, and we'll work with this bottom box. See what the frames down there look like. So there's no bees left in here. If there are, there's very few. So we got wax moth damage started on this, and this is mostly robbing, wax moth damage. So we need, let's see, 6 frames, because I think, no, we need 5. There's 5 frames in this nuke. This looks okay. We'll leave that as a candidate to remain. That's kind of some old stuff, a little wax moth damage. And this is a screened bottom here, and the screen insert is out. There's a nice one. A little bit of wax moth damage, not much. Okay, these are all looking pretty good. Yeah, that kind of had some bridge comb on it. We'll flip it around like that. I like that. That's nice looking. I'll put that right up against them. So we got 6 in here, and we take one out. Now I've got a robbing screen I'm going to put on here just to help them acclimate. So they'll reorient to this. So when they come out and run into that thing, they'll figure out something's different. And the reason for doing that is so the field bees that leave to go out to forage, they'll orient first and they'll come back here. They won't go over where I just brought them from. That's the theory behind it anyway. If they do go over there, it's okay. We'll check on this and make sure it stays strong. And we can boost it up with some more bees if we need to. Let me, let's see. Let me go get that robber screen. So this handy little screen here, you put on the front of your hive. This is mesh here. And you've got 2 little entrances you can open and shut. So your bees can come go there if you want to let them. And there's a top entrance right here that you can close off. So when the bees are getting robbed out, or another hive's trying to rob them, you can shut them in with this and the robber bees, and you open this little top. So your bees can come and go out here, and the robber bees can't figure it out, and they hang around here running into the screen, and they can't get in. They never do. For some reason, they don't ever figure this out. Maybe some do, but not many. And then your bees figure it out, and they learn to come and go from that. So that's how this works. What's key about this, it needs to fit really well on your front of your hive. So if your hives aren't really standard, it won't fit very good. So luckily this one fits good. And I brought some bungees, so hopefully I got the right length and I can just put around it to hold it on there. I have just put little blocks of wood in front of them as well, and it's just a little bit too long. I think that'll work though. It'll give it enough pressure to keep it in place. Yeah. All right, let's get to transferring our bees because it's getting dark. So right now I'm just going to do a simple 1-for-1 transfer. The way it went is here. I'm going to put it in there the same way. And it's dark enough now, the bees are crawling on me rather than flying, which is no fun. Hopefully they don't start going up my bee suit. I'm not even going to look for the queen. I'm just getting them over there. I'm going to take out a couple frames right here, just temporary, so I can get this last frame in there. In case that queen's on there, I don't want to slide a frame across her and roll her across the frame and damage her. I think the last one I looked in this, she was on the end frame. So there's no way of me sliding the frame across her. And then I'll put this one in and just slide it easy up against it. And now this one I can slide down because there's no bees there. All right, they're all in there. Now we got some bees in this box and on the bottom board. So we want to make sure they all get in the hive. And then we get the lid on here as fast as we can. So these bees flying around, they're not going to figure out probably that this is their hive. Boom. Okay, yeah, I had a bee go up my suit and got me on the neck, and I didn't have my Jethro wire belt on, so serves me right. But we got them all set. Got their little top entrance open here. So they will be able to come and go, and they've got ventilation from that screen, and it's a screen bottom. So I could, and you know, I think I will do this. I'm just going to shut it off and lock them down. So I'm going to lock them down for a couple days, because this is a screened bottom, and that way the bees won't be able to get out for 2 days. They got good ventilation in there, and they will definitely orient when I pull that off of there. So we'll give them 48 hours like this, and I wouldn't do that if this wasn't a screened bottom, because this August heat, they would overheat big time. So this will keep them cool and get them set, and when I come back in 48 hours, I will put a top feeder on this and get them going. Those frames I moved, they were heavy, so they've got a lot of nectar. They're doing good. So they're not going to starve out or anything like that. So that's the end of the video. Getting dark. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and we'll catch you on the next beekeeping video. Y'all take care.